A little behind schedule, but welcome everybody. We're live at Church Road Field for Game 2 of the Delco League quarterfinal series between Narberth and Springfield. Last night, Springfield came away with a 7-3 win at Narberth. The Colonials now need one win in the last two. Narberth has to win them both, and they will both be played here at Church Road Field. Tonight's game, should Narberth win and even the series, they will finish it off tomorrow right here. The other quarterfinal series, Aston Valley, a pitcher's duel, a 1-0 win over Chester. We were there live last night, and they're playing at Chester tonight. Should there be a Game 3 in that series, that will be at Sun Valley High School tomorrow night. The semifinals start on Sunday. If Springfield wins this series, they'll take on Upper Darby. If Narberth wins, they'll take on Wayne. And the winner of the Aston Valley Chester series gets whoever's left. The starting lineups are in. The visitors from Narberth. Leading off will be the shortstop, Evan Sinclair, followed by third baseman Dakota Barbette. Center fielder Colin Jensen bats third. Batting fourth is a designated hitter Ryan Tecco. Pat Toll plays first base. He bats fifth. Billy Breslin, the catcher, bats sixth. Batting seventh, the left fielder Brian Megger. And batting eighth, playing right field, is Matt DeBarberi. And batting ninth, the second baseman Billy D'Ambrosia. On the mound for Springfield, left-hander Mike Smith. Last time we had the Colonials on the air, Smith a tough luck loser of a 2-1 ball game as Aston Valley scored 2 in the sixth. First pitch swinging is Evan Sinclair, and we're underway at 5:58 p.m. Fouls it off to start this one. Smith's 0-1 is in for a called strike, 0-2. The defense around him behind the plate, Matt Shepard at first base, Jimmy Kirk. Gabe Encarnacion plays second. At third, Joey Pettinelli. Cole Pallas at short as Sinclair pops another one foul. And in left center and right, it's Luke Piontek, Will Kelly, and Mark Gervasi. And the Colonials with a little bit of wiggle room tonight, but they'd like to finish this series off as soon as possible. Set up their matchup with Upper Darby. Now a called third strike, and Sinclair goes down. So one down here in the first. So that'll bring up Dakota Barbette. Barbette, a right-handed hitter against the left-handed Smith. Works from the stretch. First pitch in for a strike, so Mike Smith very accurate early on in this one. 0-1. Hit out towards right field, down the line, but it's going to drift foul. So quickly 0-2 to the Narberth third baseman, Colin Jensen, waits on deck. The pitch swung on and missed, so 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Smith. In that game against Aston Valley that I mentioned, Springfield playing here at Church Road actually served as the visiting team as the game was moved due to field issues. Smith struck out 4 batters in that one, 2 of them coming in that 6th inning. Already up to 2 as the third batter of the game steps in, Colin Jensen. Tall right-hander playing center field tonight. Smith's first pitch in for a called strike. One swung on and missed, 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Take it on the outside corner. Mike Smith strikes out the side. Not quite an immaculate inning, but pretty close. No runs, hits, errors, none left. After a half inning, it's Narberth nothing. Springfield coming to bat. This is the Delco League quarterfinals on DelcoLeague.com. First pitch swinging Will Kelly, and he hits it right up the middle to start the bottom half of the first inning for Springfield. So the leadoff man aboard for the homestanding Colonials. That'll bring up catcher Matt Shepard. Sean Phelan, the designated hitter, bats third. Hitting cleanup will be the first baseman Jimmy Kirk. Cole Palis, the shortstop, hits fifth. Luke Piontek out in left. He hits sixth. Gabe Encarnacion, the 7-hole batter, the second baseman. Batting eighth is the right fielder Mark Gervasi, and third baseman Joey Pettinelli will bat ninth. A called strike to Shepard from right-hander Dalton Moore, the starter tonight for Narberth. That ball is swung on and hit down the right field line, but foul. Bit of an odd angle from our vantage point here at Church Road Field. We are just past third base here in foul territory, behind the fence, well protected. No score, bottom half of the first inning here at Church Road. Pitch on its way, that one is lofted foul. So 0-2 the count. Kelly on first. Nobody out. Moore's pitch on the ground to short, could be two. Sinclair steps on the bag, throw to first, dug out by Pat Toll. The 6-3 double play. The pitcher's best friend. So now two down here in the bottom half of the first for Sean Phelan. Batting from the left side. Ball one. Jimmy Kirk waits on deck should Phelan get aboard. in the dirt. More from the wind-up pitch. That one's taken just above the belt for a ball. 3-0 the count to Phelan with Kirk on deck. A strike at the knees, 3-1. Springfield took an early lead last night on a home run by Cole Palace. Another strike at the knees. It looks like the high strike is not in order tonight, but the low one is. As Phelan has the count full, but Springfield with the early lead last night made it stand up, and now one win away from the semifinals. The pitch. That one's hit in the air towards right. Coming in on it is DeBarberry. He makes the ice cream cone catch as he rolls around out there in right field to end the inning. So a little defensive prowess getting Narberth out of this one. No runs, one hit, no errors, none left. We're through one full inning, no score here at Church Road Field. It's playoff baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Top half of the second inning. 4-5-6, Ryan Tecco, Pat Toll, and Billy Breslin due up for Narberth. No score here in the early going. First pitch to Tecco in the dirt for a ball. The first ball thrown by Smith, I believe. 1-0 outside. So 2-0 the count. Left-hander Mike Smith dealing to the left-handed hitting Ryan Tecco. That one's in there for a called strike. Tecco unhappy about it. A little early in this one to be turning to the umpire in disagreement, I think. On the ground to second. Encarnacion over to his left. Can't quite get there. It gets into right field for a base hit. And the Mudcats have their first base runner. So that'll bring Pat Toll to the plate. First pitch swinging, chopped it towards short. Gloved by Palace. Over to second for one. Encarnacion will hold it there. Fielder's choice. 6-4 for out number one. So they trade Pat Toll for Ryan Tecco. That will bring up the catcher, Billy Breslin. Top half of the second inning, no score. First pitch. Bounces in there for a ball. Another ball, 2-0, the count to Breslin with Brian Megger on deck. Ball's ripped out towards center, a base hit. Toll round second, but he's going to hold there as Will Kelly was in on it quickly. So 2 on for Megger now. Narberth looking to get some early offense, try and take the early lead. Playing for their season right now. First pitch in for a strike. That one's upstairs. Misses once again. Breslin at first, Toll at second, 1 out. No score here in the second, but Narberth threatening. The pitch. It's hit out towards left center. That will drop in for a hit. Kelly scoops it up. Toll rounds third. He will score. Now throw down to second to get Breslin off the bag, but he's back in time. It's 1-0 Narberth on an RBI single by Brian Megger. Third hit of the inning for the Mudcats, and that brings up Matt DeBarberi. Takes the first pitch high. That one's in the dirt. So after an inning where he struck out the side in the first, Smith has given up 3 hits and struggling to hit the strike zone. As soon as I say that, of course, he pumps one in there, 2-1. And Narberth with 1 across already, looking for more. DeBarberi checks the swing, gets a piece of it as it heads to the backstop. Not a lot of area behind home plate here at Church Road Field. So if a ball were to get away and someone were to go for it on the base paths, you would definitely have a chance to throw somebody out. That one is popped up foul on the third base side. Will it stay in play? No, just over the fence near the Springfield dugout. So 2-2 to DeBarberi. Billy D'Ambrosio waits on deck. The pitch is low, so a full count to the Narberth right fielder. Three-two pitch, hit out towards center field. That's in for a hit. They're going to hold Breslin at third as Kelly got in on it quick. So the bases are loaded. 4 singles in the inning. Now the 9-hole hitter, Billy D'Ambrosio, swings and misses. Strike 1. Takes upstairs 1-1. Nowhere to put him. An early offensive opportunity for Narberth to put a crooked number on the scoreboard here. 1-1 swung on and missed. Just need a ball in play, really. But 1-2 the count. Pitch swung on and missed. So Smith gets his 4th strikeout of the game. One he kind of needed there. So that'll bring the top of the order, Evan Sinclair, to the plate. Struck out his first time up. But he's got the bases loaded. Breslin at third, Megar at second, DeBarberi at first. 2 outs. And a lot of space out there in left center. As Sinclair lofts one shallow left center, it will drop for a hit in front of Kelly. 1 run is in. Megar scores. It's 2-run single for Evan Sinclair. It's a 3-0 ball game. So Dakota Barbette will come up. He's got runners on first and second with 2 out. First pitch. Swings down the third base line. It takes a skip, but into the glove of Joey Pettinelli. Throw over to first in time, and that will retire the side. But Narberth gets 3 runs. They do it on 5 hits. No errors. They leave 2. Through an inning and a half, it's Narberth 3, Springfield 0. You're listening to Playoff Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. First pitch swinging, Jimmy Kirk rips that one into left field for a base hit. Playing extremely deep was Brian Megar, so he's going to hold him to a single to start off the second inning. For the second inning in a row, the Colonials have their leadoff man aboard on a first pitch single. But here in the second, they find themselves behind 3-0 after a 3-run second from the Mudcats. Narberth trying to stay alive here in the Delco League quarterfinal series. Springfield with a win last night. Lead it 1-0 in the best of 3, a called strike. As Cole Palis is up. Number to third. Barbette fields it over to second for 1. Back to first. The throw gets away. So Palis is safe, but he won't go anywhere on the fielder's choice. So 1 down for Luke Piontek. A throw over to first from Dalton Moore. Back safely is Palace. Pitch taken for a called strike. Nothing on the count. Swung on and missed. Nothing in 2 the count. Pitch bounces in the dirt off the chest pad of Billy Breslin and out of play. Over the fence. Heard of the old 58-footer. That was more like a 48-footer. So on the wild pitch, Palace to second. So 1 and 2 the count, 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Moore eyes the runner. In the stretch now, time is called. Looked like it was just a matter of who was going to call it. As Palace out at second, dancing off the bag, Moore staring at him. Set at the letters, spins and fires. Piontek fouls it back. Moore set. He delivers. All speed pitch in the dirt, 2 and 2. On the ground to second. Gloved by D'Ambrosia. His only play is at first. So Palace will go to third, but there's 2 away. For Gabe Encarnacion. He bats from the right side. Wearing the lucky number 13. Playing second base tonight. Moore from the windup with a runner on third. First pitch is high. Kicks and delivers. A line drive into center field for a base hit. That'll score a run. And Springfield on the board. It's a 3-1 ball game. So these teams picking up where they left off last night. A lot of offense in that one. We've already had 9 base hits so far tonight, and there's 2 outs in the bottom of the second. As first pitch swinging is Mark Gervasi, and he hits it right to Pat Toll over at first. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that'll retire the side. Springfield on the board with a run on 2 hits. They leave 1. We'll go to the third. Narberth leads at 3-1. Leading off the third inning, Colin Jensen, a ground ball to third. Joey Pettinelli struggles with it, gets the throw over to first in time. To retired Jensen, 1 pitch, 1 out here in the third. Narberth at the plate, 3 runs in the second. Springfield got 1 back, but the Mudcats lead it 3-1. Batting here in the third inning, Ryan Tecco singled his last time up. First pitch for Mike Smith to the left-hander is in the dirt. Called strike, so 1-1 the count. Tecco will be followed by Pat Toll, 3-4-5, due up for Narberth. Tapped foul off the cage. One and two the count. Smith from the stretch. Ripped into left field, a base hit. So Tecco 2 for 2 on the night. He hit 1 through the right side, 1 through the left side. 6th hit of the ball game for Narberth. First pitch to Pat Toll. Misses for a ball. Toll hit into a fielder's choice, came around to score in that 3-run second inning. Taps that one foul down the third baseline. A ball, making it 2-1 to Pat Toll. On the ground, it skips over the head of Pettinelli into left field. He had to contend with a tough bounce in the last inning. This one gets over his head right off the edge of where the grass and dirt meet in the infield. Nothing he could do about that one. So another base hit for the Mudcats as Tecco goes to second. First pitch to Billy Breslin, misses for a ball. Misses again, 2-0. Called strike. Smith set at the belt, eyes the runner, comes home. Popped up, foul, it'll get out of play. Smith's offering, hit in the air, again fouling out of play. So 2-2 the count. Breslin at the plate, Toll at first, Tecco at second, 1 down here in the third. He takes a called strike, and Breslin goes down looking for out number 2. 5th strikeout of the game for Mike Smith. So Brian Mager steps up. Back in the second, he had that 2-run single. I'm sorry, it was a 2-run single that extended the Narberth lead. He takes ball 1. popped it up behind the bag at second. A couple of Colonials come in. It's the shortstop, Payless, that makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, couple of hits, no errors. They leave two. Go to the home half of the third. Narberth leads it 3-1. It's playoff baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Joey Pettinelli leads off the bottom of the third, takes ball one. Dalton Moore back out on the mound for Narberth with a 3-1 lead here in game two of this best of three series. 1-0 in for a strike. It'll be Pettinelli, and then at the top of the order, Will Kelly, Matt Shepard, 9-1-2 due up here in the third. The pitch, breaking ball, doesn't quite break. 2-1 the count. Pettinelli making his first plate appearance. A bit of an adventure for him out at third base today. He's had ground balls bouncing up at him over his head as he swings and misses. There's a couple of those Narberth ground balls have found that area right on the edge of the grass and dirt. He's found himself under attack. 2-2 outside. So the count full to the Colonials' third baseman. The wind and the pitch. In the dirt. So Pettinelli is aboard. First walk of the game. Issued by either pitcher. So top of the order, Will Kelly led off the game with a single for Springfield. Batting from the left side. Moore from the stretch. First pitch is upstairs. Called strike, 1-1. Chopped up the middle. Can't quite field it. Is D'Ambrosia. That'll go into center field. Pettinelli running hard all the way. He's going to go first to third, and with nobody out, Springfield has runners on the corners. Couple of singles up the middle for Kelly. Now the go-ahead run is at the plate with nobody out here in the third in the person of catcher Matt Shepard hit into a double play his first time up. Narberth would most likely trade the run for 2 outs. They're back up the middle, and they are on the edge of the grass of the corners. First pitch, throw down to second is not in time as Kelly steals second base, so you can forget about the double play. I believe the pitch was ball 1, so 1-0 the count. Moore threw a breaking ball. If that pitch was a fastball, Kelly is out by a few feet. Instead, he picked the right pitch to run on. And now Shepard's got 2 in scoring position with the tying run at second and nobody out. The 1-0. Fouled back. More kicks. That one is hit out towards right center field. Diving is DeBarberry. He's not going to get there. It's in for a hit. Pettinelli scores. Kelly comes hard around third. Throw to the plate is up the line. And now going to third. Safe is Shepard. He got the hand in there. Now the go-ahead run 90 feet away on the 2-run double by Matt Shepard. It's a tie ball game, 3-3. So now Sean Phelan, the left-hander, at the plate, nobody out. He's got the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Now a courtesy runner in for the catcher, Shepard. First pitch in the dirt. Swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. I believe these two teams met last year in the semifinals. As Phelan takes low. Narberth coming away with the win. The Mudcats trying to stave off elimination. Over the last 5 seasons, they have only failed to make the semifinals once. That one's fouled off. Off-speed pitch, lofted to shallow right field. Could be trouble. Drops in front of DeBarberry and then gets away from him. That'll be an RBI single. Springfield takes the lead. Still nobody out here in the third. A runner on in the person of Sean Phelan for Jimmy Kirk. Said Narberth hasn't made the semifinals just one year. They've missed the finals just once in the last 5 years. Now in danger of going out here 2 and through. First pitch swinging is Kirk out towards center field. Jensen is there. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Although I believe in the baseball world, the saying, at least the college baseball with double elimination tournaments, they say 2 and barbecue. I think if the Mudcats lose tonight, I don't think anybody's going to be eager to fire up the grill. There was a Famous Dave's franchise right up the road from Church Road Field, but that closed up, so the Mudcats trying to avoid that fate as Cole Powell steps in. 0 for 1. Reached on a fielder's choice. First pitch swinging, a line drive out to center. Jensen comes in, then he has to back up, and he leaps and makes the catch. He's lucky he's as tall as he is. If he was a few inches shorter, that ball is rolling all the way to the neighbor's fence out in center field. So 2 down for Luke Piontek. Grounded out his first time up. Sean Phelan is at first. The go-ahead single. Piontek takes strike 1. Gabe Encarnacion waits on deck. Chop to the third baseman, but foul. Nothing into the count. More from the stretch. The pitch. On the ground to second. And D'Ambrosio will toss to Sinclair and go the short way for the force out. And that will retire the side. Springfield. They get 3 straight hits and a walk. They score 3. And they take the lead. After 3, it's Springfield 4, Narberth 3. This is the Delco League quarterfinals on DelcoLeague.com. Top half of the 4th inning, Matt DeBarberi leads it off. Swings and misses at strike 1 from Mike Smith. Springfield leads it 4-3. DeBarberi takes up and in for Springfield. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They've left 2. For Narberth, 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and they've left 4. We're just through 3 innings as DeBarberi fouls one off. 1-2 the count. It'll be DeBarberi, D'Ambrosio, and Sinclair, the law firm due up for the Mudcats here in the 4th. Maybe more of an accounting firm as DeBarberi takes low. Thanks again for joining us. Game 2 of the Delco League quarterfinals between Narberth and Springfield as DeBarberi pops one up into foul territory down the right field line. Jimmy Kirk gets a glove on it, but he can't hold on. Would have been a tough play running backwards, reaching over, so no error to Kirk. But DeBarberi stays alive. It's one of those unknown little quirks about baseball scoring. You can get an error on a foul ball, but it's got to be a pretty clear catch and drop situation. Not the case here. Pitch, DeBarberi rips it down third base. Pettinelli all over it, or rather Luke Piontek now at third base. He fields it and gets it over to first. There's been a little bit of a defensive shift for Springfield. Pettinelli has gone from third to second. Encarnacion has gone from second to left, and Piontek has come in from left. So no lineup change, just defensive shift, which begs the question, why weren't they lined up that way in the first place? So 1 down for D'Ambrosio. Takes strike 1. He went down on strikes his first time up. had the bases loaded before Sinclair brought home 2. Swung on and missed, nothing in 2. Smith's pitch in the dirt. That pitch is inside and it gets a piece of D'Ambrosio, so he's aboard. Tying run on with 1 out here in the 4th. Sinclair steps in 1 for 2. Struck out in the 1st, a 2-run single in the 2nd. He's got a man on with 1 out here in the 4th. First pitch down the line. Piontek all over it. To 2nd for 1. Back to 1st in time. The old 5-4-3 around the horn double play. 2 retire to the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We're halfway there. Springfield leads it 4-3. Home half of the 4th inning, Springfield leading 4-3, looking to add on. It'll be Gabe Encarnacion, Mark Gervasi, and Joey Pettinelli due up here in the 4th, the bottom part of the order, against right-hander Dalton Moore. First pitch taken for ball 1. Encarnacion singled, brought home a run in the 2nd, as Springfield got 1 back after Narberth had scored 3 in the top. Colonials then added 3 more in the 3rd to take the lead, as Moore misses low. The Colonials just 3 innings away in the field. 9 defensive outs from moving on to the semifinals, where they would take on Upper Darby. Up and in. Now, should Narberth come back to win this game and then go on to win the series, the Mudcats will rekindle their rivalry with Wayne. They met 3 out of 5 years in the finals. They would meet in the semis as Encarnacion takes ball 4, and the leadoff man is aboard for Springfield for the 4th consecutive inning. A couple of singles and a couple of walks. So Gervasi comes up, grounded out to 1st, back in the 2nd. Left-hander takes ball 1. No activity in the Mudcats bullpen. strike. Bit of a thin bench for Narberth tonight. Chop to first. Toll steps on the bag, throw to Sinclair, covering at second. He's not able to get the tag, and then he gets the runner off the bag, and he tags him. That's a double play. Encarnacion not happy about it. He overran the bag at second, and Sinclair, he had to tag because Toll took the force off by stepping on first base. The throw down to second was a little offline. Sinclair had to come back with the tag. It wasn't in time, but Encarnacion then couldn't stop and took his foot off the bag. So they get the double play anyway. Not very conventional, but if you're Narberth, it'll get the job done as Joey Pettinelli takes strike one. More offers. Swung on and ripped out towards third. It'll get into left for a base hit. And Pettinelli out of the 9-hole aboard for the second time tonight. Seventh hit of the ball game for the Colonials. Top of the order, Will Kelly steps in. 2 for 2. 2 singles and a run scored. Takes a breaking ball for strike one. Should the inning continue, Matt Shepard waits on deck. Foul ball, out of play. As a Springfield player trots out to grab it, he's going to have competition from a dog who's just arrived on scene. Swung on and fouled off. That dog is pulling against that leash to go after that baseball. Nothing into the count to Will Kelly. More set at the letters. Kicks and delivers. Pitch is high. The 1-2. Breaking ball. Chop towards second. They'll go to short for the short way. And Sinclair able to grab it and hang on, but just barely. And that'll retire the side. No runs. There was 1 hit. No errors. 1 left. We're through 4 full. It's Springfield 4, Narberth 3. It's the Delco League playoffs on DelcoLeague.com. Top of the 5th inning. 2-3-4 due up for Narberth. First pitch swinging is Dakota Barbette. And he's behind, 0-1. It'll be Barbette, Jensen, and Tecco. Due up here in the 5th. Narberth trailing at 4-3. Needs to get some offense going if they're going to keep their season alive. Swung on, popped up towards center field. Kelly coming on hard. He's under it and he makes the catch. So one away for Colin Jensen. Jensen 0 for 2. First pitch swinging, pops it up, foul out of play. Pitches in the dirt, 1-1. Mike Smith on the mound for Springfield in 4 1/3. 3 runs on 7 hits. Struck out the side in the first, fanning the first 3 batters of the game, but 5 total for the game at this point. Swung on and missed. So Jensen behind the count now, 1-2. That one's hit sharply on the ground through the hole into left field. So Jensen is aboard. He represents the tying run. 8th hit of the game for Narberth. All been singles. The only extra base hit in the game, a double by Shepard in the 3rd that tied the game for Springfield. So Ryan Tecco, 2 for 2. Steps in, represents the tying run. Takes a called strike. Pat Toll on deck. This is the part of the Narberth order that's going to have to get it done if the Mudcats want to stay alive. They only trail by a run here in the 5th. That one's taken low. Chop towards first, gloved by Kirk. Over to short for 1. Back to first, not in time on Palace's relay throw. So Jensen out at second, Tecco aboard at first on the fielder's choice. That brings up Pat Toll. Toll 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. He also reached on a fielder's choice. Takes the first pitch. Low for ball 1. Sees that one in there outside for ball 2, 2-0. Misses again, 3-0 the count. Swung on and foul tipped. 3-1 pitch. And Toll started to walk towards first, but the late strike call brings him back. Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner on first, 2 down. Now Jimmy Kirk at first will play behind the runner as Toll calls time. Springfield nursing a 4-3 lead here in the 5th. Pitch. That was hit out towards left center. Coming back deep is Kelly. He tries to get under it. He leaps. He makes the catch as he falls to the ground. Saved a run, if not more. Some great defense for the Colonials to finish it off in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1. We go to the bottom half of the 5th. Springfield holding on to that 4-3 lead. This is the quarterfinals on DelcoLeague.com. First pitch swinging is Matt Shepard, and he hits a rope out to left center field. That's going to split the outfielders and keep rolling. It gets cut off. Shepard trots into second with a stand-up double. The leadoff man aboard once again for Springfield. Been 16 hits in this ball game, 14 singles and 2 doubles, both by Matt Shepard. He is in scoring position with nobody out here in the 5th as Springfield looks to extend that 1-run lead and seal a spot in the semifinals. Sean Phelan steps in. First pitch. Runner goes. Throw to third. Is in time. Is the tag? It is. And then he dropped the ball. So Shepard gets lucky on that one. That will be an error on Dakota Barbette. No stolen base. Now runner on third with nobody out. Phelan rips that one to right center. That'll drop. Shepard won't even call that a trot. He will walk home. The throw to second is in time. Did he slide under the tag? He couldn't quite get there. Bit of a lazy tag by Sinclair. Well, Phelan is out. And I believe Shepard just touched home plate. But it's a 5-3 ball game on the RBI single. So 1 down for Jimmy Kirk. First pitch. Called strike. Cole Palace waits on deck. Nobody on, one down. Popped up. Jensen out in center, takes a couple of steps in, and then retreats, but makes the catch. 2 down. Palace 0 for 2, he steps in. Some dark clouds off in the distance past the first base line. Blue skies elsewhere. Palace steps in for the Colonials in their white uniforms with the red numbers, stars on one sleeve, stripes on the other, white caps with red bills. Palace takes a strike. One swung on and missed. Narberth in their standard navy blue tops, white pants, red numbers, blue cap, red bill. 2 is low. One-two pitch ripped out towards center. Jensen is there again, and that will retire the side, but Springfield gets an insurance run. They do it on 2 hits and an error. They don't leave any aboard. We go to the 6th. Colonials on top 5-3. This is playoff baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Top of the 6th inning, Mike Smith still on the mound. First pitch to Billy Breslin, misses for ball 1. The Narberth catcher takes high for ball 2. It's 2-0. Springfield on top, 5-3 here in the 6th. Narberth, 6 outs left in their season if they can't get this game tied, but now Breslin ahead 3-0. The gray clouds have started to make their way over Church Road Field as Breslin fouls off the 3-0 in a direction similar to where my vehicle's parked. So Breslin fouls off another one, so it's 3-2. Not a single speck of green on the radar, so this is just some dark clouds, but nothing too ominous as Breslin takes ball 4. He is a leadoff walk. Just the second time tonight that Narberth has had their leadoff man aboard. Springfield has had all 5 leadoff men aboard. Coincidentally, they've also scored 5 runs. So on a wild pitch now as Breslin will head down to second as Brian Megger is at the plate. Megger represents the tying run. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Out in front, swings and misses. Pitch swung on and missed once again, so Megger behind in the count now 1-2. Some activity for Springfield as they try to finish this one off. 1-2 pitch is low. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Megger swings and misses at strike 3, and so he is down for out number 1. Springfield now 5 outs away from a semifinal date with Upper Darby. Matt DeBarberi steps in, 1 for 2, takes low. Called strike, count even at a ball and a strike to DeBarberi. Billy D'Ambrosio waits on deck. Billy Breslin is at second base. DeBarberi grounds that one up the middle. Fielded by Palace, throw to first in time. Looked like that one tipped off of Smith's glove, but Palace able to field it. Breslin goes to third on the play. So 2 down for D'Ambrosio, who takes strike 1. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Smith gets D'Ambrosio for the second time tonight. His 7th strikeout of the ball game, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Mudcats leave 1. Springfield comes up here in the 6th, and they need 3 outs in the 7th to win it. And it's 5-3 Colonials. You're listening to the quarterfinals here on DelcoLeague.com. New pitcher on for Narberth here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Marty McEwen, the right-hander, on the mound, trying to keep this at a 2-run game. He'll face left fielder turned third baseman Luke Piontek, second baseman turned left fielder Gabe Encarnacion, and right fielder Mark Gervasi, 6'7", for Springfield. Pitches in for a called strike. Springfield on top, 5-3. The 0-1. Fouled off, 0-2. Piontek 0 for 2 on the night. The wind picks up a little bit. I wouldn't yet call it windy, but definitely a steady breeze. Just takes that one for a ball. Blowing out to left just a little bit. 1-2. Speaking of left, popped up to shallow left center, heading back at Sinclair. Dives, doesn't get there. Piontek aboard with a single. And for the 6th consecutive inning, the leadoff man aboard for Springfield. Two of those leadoff runners have come in to score, and a third was replaced on a fielder's choice, and that runner came in to score. So the leadoff base runners have been a problem for Narberth in this game. They've only had 2 themselves. Chop to third. Barbette charges, makes the throw on the run, a nice play to retire Encarnacion. Piontek goes to second. There's one down. I'll bring up Mark Gervasi. Bats from the left side. He grounded out to first in the 2nd, then hit a ground ball to third in the 4th. It turned into an unconventional double play. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Springfield with a 2-run lead and a man in scoring position with 1 out, trying to add on and put this series and game away. Rossi takes for a ball. Joey Pettinelli on deck. Swung on and tapped foul. One and two, the count to Gervasi. Ripped down the right field line. That's a foul ball. Again, from where I'm sitting, a little hard to tell where those balls are dropping. Gervasi stays alive. One and two the count. McEwen from the stretch. Kicks and delivers. Pitch is high. The 2-2. Breaking ball. Misses upstairs. The count goes full. And that pretty steady breeze now blowing out. popped up foul. The layout of the ball field here at Church Road, not conventional. The sun out past that left field foul pole as opposed to behind home plate. It's an odd shadow arrangement as Gervasi takes ball 4. Home plate is in some tree shadow, but not steady shadow, and shadow splashing across left field from the trees that the sun has set behind. And now we'll have a pinch runner in for Gervasi. So Joey Pettinelli steps in. He's 1 for 1. He's got a single. He walked and scored back in the third. He's got 2 on and 1 out. Takes the first one up and in. Fouls it off, 1-1 the count. Top of the order, Will Kelly waits on deck. Pitch is hit out towards right. T. Barberi is under it. Makes the catch. Tagging is Piontek. The throw to second. Now to third. Piontek is safe. So runners at the corners with 2 out. As Pettinelli is retired for the first time. So Will Kelly has a chance to tack one on. 2 down here in the 6th. McEwen from the stretch, first pitch. Runner goes from first to second. Pump fake from Breslin. He doesn't throw. Piontek has to stay where he is. So stolen base for the pinch runner. That one misses for a ball. Two in scoring position for Kelly here. Pitch fouled off out of play. One and two, the count to Kelly. One, two, way high. So 2 and 2 the count. Piontek at third, a pinch runner for Gervasi at second. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Martin McEwen dances around some trouble, but ultimately keeps things where they are. And where they are is Springfield, 3 outs away from the semifinals. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They leave 2. Narberth, 3 outs left in their season if they can't get anything going. We'll be back for the 7th here in the Delco League quarterfinals here on DelcoLeague.com. New pitcher here in the 7th for Springfield. Right-hander Nick Weisendanger pitched last night, finished it off for the Colonials. He'll look to lock down the save and put Springfield into the semifinals. The pinch runner in the last inning remaining in the game playing right field is Mitch Helmendaler. And the first batter to face Weisendanger is top of the order Evan Sinclair. He takes ball 1. 5-3 Springfield. 3 outs to go for the Colonials to move on. And that one is hit a long way out towards left. Will it stay fair? It does. It drops in. Encarnacion fields it on the bounce, barehanded. There are a lot of fields that these guys play in where that would be gone for a home run, but with no fence here, that is a double for Evan Sinclair. The first extra base hit of the ball game for the Mudcats. And they're in business now with the leadoff man in scoring position and nobody out at the top of the order. The tying run is Dakota Barbette, and he steps in. 0 for 3 on the night against Mike Smith, who finishes the game with 3 runs allowed on 8 hits, a walk, a hit batter, and 7 strikeouts. First pitch, up and in, Barbette out of the way. The 1-0. Barbette takes a strike at the knees. Colin Jensen on deck. With Ryan Tecco waiting behind him. Barbette swings down the left field line. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Sinclair rounds third. He will score the throw into third base. It's an RBI single for Dakota Barbette. It's now a 5-4 ball game. Not so fast, my friends. You can bury Narberth at your own peril. Now more activity for Springfield. It's Colin Jensen to the plate. 1 for 3 with a single. Now, pitch bounces in the dirt, blocked nicely by Shepard. Now, should Springfield win this one, they'll take on Upper Darby. They finished just 2 points behind Upper Darby in the standings. Upper Darby 14-10, Springfield 13-10-1. But the Blue Sox took 3 out of 4 from the Colonials. However, that one that Springfield won was the last one about 2 weeks ago. Jensen swings, chops it to short. They go to second for 1. Throw to first is not in time. There's a tall, lanky Jensen with those long legs beats it out. But they cut off the lead runner, Barbette. He is retired for out number 1. And here's the beauty of baseball. With 1 out and a man on first, Narberth down a run. Any pitch could put Narberth ahead or could end the ball game. And right now it's Ryan Tecco, 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. He takes strike 1, batting from the left side against the right-hander, Nick Weisendanger. In the dirt, 1-1. Jensen, the runner at first. 1 run in already. Narberth needs 1 more to keep its season going. Swung on and missed, 1-2. A 1-2 just misses high. Count level of 2 balls and 2 strikes. pitch. Ripped down the right field line. That is a foul ball. Jensen was off to the races. Instead, he will retreat to first base. Jensen leads off of first. Jimmy Kirk at the bag to hold the run of the pitch. In the dirt, 3-2. Soft line drive to short. Palace can't field it, and it goes through him. And Jensen is going to get a little bit of a humpback liner. Would have been a tough play to snag it out of the air the way it was sinking, but you at least have to keep it in front of you and get the force out. Instead, it goes through him into left center field, and on the air, Jensen goes to second. Now, the tying run in scoring position, the go-ahead run at first, with one out in the seventh for Pat Toll. That is a foul ball down the left field line. The 0-1 in the dirt, smothered by Shepard. Popped him up. Should stay in fair territory. Palace back behind the third base bag, way out in the shallow left. Makes the catch. The runners have to stay where they are. And that is out number 2. And through the doors of the Last Chance Saloon walks Billy Breslin. Narberth's last hope to keep the season alive. Breslin 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the second, struck out in the third, walked in the sixth. Colin Jensen, the tying run at second. Ryan Tecco, the go-ahead run at first. First pitch to Breslin in for a called strike. The 0-1 bounces right into the gut of Shepard. He's done a great job back there. Gives your pitchers a lot of confidence when you know your catcher can block those pitches in the dirt. Frees you up to throw some of that stuff and see if you can get a batter to chase. The 1-1. Ripped down the left field line. Fair ball, base hit! Jensen rounds third. He will score. Tecco around second. He's going to pull up at second. Sliding into second with a game-tying double is Billy Breslin. It is 5-5. The third hit of the inning. Breslin's second of the night. And it's a huge one, as now Narberth has 2 in scoring position with 2 outs for Brian Meagher. Base hit here could put the Mudcats on top by 2. First pitch is high for ball 1. Some late inning drama. There's a ball down the line, but that one's going to go just foul. This update from the other quarterfinal series, Aston Valley with a 5-1 win at Chester. So the Knights move on. And they will wait to see who their opponent is in the semifinals based on the outcome of this series, as Wiesendanger misses high. Again, if Springfield wins here, they will play Upper Darby and Aston will go to Wayne. If Narberth comes back to win this series, they'll play Wayne, And Springfield will play Upper Darby, and that's a base hit for Megger. 1 run in, they're going to hold Breslin at third. Narberth has taken the lead with 3 here in the 7th. The Mudcats lead it 6-5 on an RBI single by Brian Megger. Now we're going to have a pitching change for the Colonials. Moisten Danger's day is done. We'll bring in the pitching change in just a moment, as things have taken a turn here at Church Road Field. We'll be right back. Well, they say if you want something done, you got to do it yourself. Springfield manager Steve Traynor calling his own number. He will take over on the mound with 2 outs here in the 7th. 3 runs in for Narberth. They lead it 6-5. First pitch to Matt DeBarberry, misses high for a ball. Billy Breslin, the runner at third. Brian Megger, the runner at first. DeBarberry looking to add some insurance. Swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. Billy D'Ambrosio waits on deck. Four hits in the inning for Narberth. They had 5 in the second. That was way upstairs. So 2 big innings, the only scoring for Narberth. 3 in the second, 3 in the 7th right now. Springfield had 1 in the second, 3 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th. Trainer's pitch. Swung on and missed, 2-2. Due up for Springfield in the 7th for Matt Shepard, Sean Phelan, Jimmy Kirk. A very productive part of the order tonight. So they're going to try to keep this one at 1. As that one bounces in there, the runners will stay put. So they can keep it at 1 run. They have to be happy with the part of the lineup they've got due up in the 7th. Runner goes, pitch is swung on and fouled back out of play. The pitch in the dirt. DeBarberry draws the walk to load the bases. Now the 9th batter of the inning, Billy D'Ambrosio. 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts hit by a pitch. He's got the bases loaded, 2nd time tonight he's been up in that situation. Trainer from the windup, first pitch, hit on the ground, right back to the mound. Trainer fields it, tosses over to first in plenty of time, and that'll retire the side. However, 3 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 error. They leave the bases loaded. Narberth has taken a 6-5 lead Now Springfield has 3 outs to try and tie it up. This is the Delco League quarterfinals on DelcoLeague.com. Last of the 7th. Springfield down to their final 3 outs. Narberth needing 3 outs to tie up this series and force Game 3 right here tomorrow night. So Matt Shepard steps in. He's the guy who went up the plate for Springfield. 2 for 3. Couple of doubles, couple RBIs. Runs scored. Martin McEwen from the windup, first pitch in the dirt. 1-0. It'll be Shepard, Sean Phelan, and Jimmy Kirk. Combined for 5 hits tonight. Called strike, 1-1. Shepard and Phelan have combined to drive in 4 of the 5 runs for the Colonials. The 1-1. Top foul down the third base line. The pitch. That one's high, 2-2 the count. McEwen is set, his 2-2. Taken for a ball. Much to the chagrin of the left side of the Narberth infield. So the count full to the Springfield catcher. That one's on the ground up the middle for a base hit, and that's the tying run. Matt Shepard 3 for 4 tonight. Which means that Sean Phelan represents the winning run, the game and series winning run. And we're going to have a pitching change here for Narberth. Not a lot of guys in the dugout, not really any warming up going on, so not sure what exactly is going to happen right now, but whoever it is going to come into an unenviable situation. Nobody out, man on first that represents the tying run, and the man at the plate represents the end of your season. So it looks like Pat Toll will come in from first base to pitch, while Ryan Tecco, the designated hitter, will go play first base. So Narberth losing the DH. So Toll will look to save this one. Right now, Marty McEwen, the pitcher of record, he can only win it. He is responsible for the man on first, who represents the tying run. Right now, Nick Wiesendanger, the pitcher of record for the Colonials. So Sean Phelan will step in, left-handed hitting designated hitter, 2 for 3, a couple of singles, 2 RBI out. Pat Toll being called on to save Game 2 for Narberth. First pitch from Toll misses for a ball. Fan on the plate, Jimmy Kirk on deck. And at this point, daylight could become an issue. This game started a little late. Toll misses high. Had a game last week between Narberth and Upper Darby. Narberth at home. It was called the bottom of the 6th because of the loss of daylight. That misses for a ball. That one's up and in, and so a 4-pitch walk to Sean Phelan. And that will see a courtesy runner head out to second base for catcher Matt Shepard. So Jimmy Kirk steps in. Tying run at second, winning run at first, nobody out. Toll from the stretch. Kirk squares to bunt. Now Toll spins and eyes the runner back to second base. First pitch, no square. That one's down the line for a base hit. The game is going to be tied at 6-6 on an RBI single by Jimmy Kirk and the winning run at second base. As Phelan has come out of the game, a pinch runner went in for him. But an RBI single. Still nobody out here in the 7th inning. A tie ball game. First pitch swinging. It's Cole Palace. 0-1. Thought maybe that would be a situation where you might see the Colonials bunt, try to get that winning run to third with less than 2 outs. Misses for ball 1. It's 1-1. Toll set at the belt. Kicks and delivers. Upstairs, 2-1. Pitch. Tries to check his swing. Did he go? Appeal, yes he did. I'm in a better position than the second base umpire to make that call. Looked like he went around. Couldn't hold up. Get 2 on, nobody out. Winning run at second base. The series winning run at second base. The pitch is taken for a ball. I thought it was ball 4. It is not. Palace remains at the plate. It's all set. The pitch fouled off out of play. Toll has his sign. The pitch. Fouled off again. So Powell stays alive. Here's the pitch. That's popped up. Very shallow. It's going to be trouble. It drops. They're going to throw to second, not in time to get the force. And now the winning run 90 feet away on the Texas League single by Cole Palace. So now Luke Piontek at the plate, the chance to be the hero. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. One of those pitches, I'm not sure if it is a strike. I know that it should be a strike, just above the belt. And whether it is or not remains to be seen. And there's that high shot. Early on, the low strike was in vogue, and now, later on in the game, that higher pitch getting the call. So 0-2 to Piontek. Infield in for Narberth. They've got to go home with it. But the force is on. Popped up to left. This should be plenty deep enough to do it. Mager watches it land over his head. A game-winning hit. And now they've got to hold up and make sure that the run scores. They don't pass each other on the base paths. The run scores. Springfield wins at 7-6 on a walk-off RBI single to left by Luke Piontek. And that will put the Colonials into the semifinals. On Saturday, they will head to Cardinal O'Hara, and they will meet Upper Darby for a spot in the Delco League Finals. And Aston Valley will head to Wayne on Saturday afternoon. We'll have that game for you from Devon Prep. 3 o'clock on Saturday. Check DelcoLeague.com for the series schedule for both of those semifinals. Right now, games 1 and 2 in both series are scheduled for Devon Prep and Cardinal O'Hara Saturday and Sunday. And we'll look to be out here at Church Road Field possibly for game 3 of the semifinals between Springfield and Upper Darby early next week. For Springfield in the home half of the 7th. 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors, and they technically leave the bases loaded. The totals in this one for the victorious Colonials: 7 runs on 14 hits. 1 error, they leave 6. For Narberth, who battled back to take the lead in the top half of the 7th, 6 runs on 12 hits. They also commit 1 error, and they leave 9. Both teams leaving the bases loaded in the 7th. Springfield doing so with no outs as they get the 2 runs they need. Narberth, however, left the bases loaded. Could have used some insurance instead. They'll have the entire offseason to think about it. Springfield wins it 7-6. They win the series 2-0. They're on to the semifinals. Again, they start this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Springfield at Upper Darby at Cardinal O'Hara. Aston Valley at Wayne at Devon Prep. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check DelcoLeague.com for the series schedules for the semifinals and a link to our broadcast on Saturday for Wayne and Aston Valley, and we'll be back here at Church Road Field early next week. Take care and have a good night, everybody.